I don't know if you saw Peter McKinnon's axe, it was beautiful. Unfortunately, it sold out in seconds. Good for him. But lucky for me, I have this axe. It's not as cool, but it will do the trick. It's actually Swedish and it is hand forged. But what really got me interested was the wooden box that was seen on the photos from Peter McKinnon's axe. It was amazing. So today I'm making my own wooden box for my axe. And I only have this piece of pine that is 2.4 meters long. So let's just start by cutting it up. So I started out by making a mistake, which was when I was cutting these pieces, I made them too narrow. So the plan is to make a box like this with a top and a bottom and then cut it in half and put on some hinges. The problem that I didn't account for is that when I'm cutting the box in half, I am losing about 3 millimeters. And I think this would have been too snug, so I went back and cut new pieces, and I think I had barely enough of wood for this problem, so I can't make any more mistakes. Alright, so I have all my pieces cut and I'm going to do some lock rabbet joints on the side pieces, and I'm going to do that with the table saw, so I'm going to start with that. And to do this I'm going to place one of my pieces right next to the fence and make sure it's aligned with the outer part of the blade. That way I know I have the right distance for cutting the first part of the rabbet joint, and then I can cut the other part as well. I don't have a dado stack, so I'm just gonna have to do multiple passes with this. Alright, so I did a little change. I was planning on doing the pine on both the top and the bottom, but it felt too too thick. So I went with plywood. It's 6mm plywood in the bottom instead. And as you saw, I glued it together and then I had it cut flush with a flush trim bit on the router table. The next step is cutting this open on the table. So I usually put some small pieces in the gap from the first cut. That way when I push it all the way through on all the sides, it won't collapse on the last cut. Okay, so I have one thing left to do before I stain the wood, and that is to make an inlay inside of the box that matches the axe. So I've drawn a shape around the axe on this piece that was supposed to be the bottom from the beginning. And I'm just going to cut that out on the bandsaw, and then I can place it inside of here and it will match the axe perfectly. And then I'll just stain everything and put on some hinges and call it done. Alright, so I did the lid where I did this small groove, and I also did the insert into the box. So the next step is adding some stain, and I've tried different kinds of stain but I haven't found one to my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these, which are mixes that I've made myself from different kinds of stain, because I wanted to have variations in the stain. But first, I'm going to bash it up with the axe and some other tools just to make it look old. Alright, so the box is finished, and all the cred to Peter McKinnon for inspiring me to make this, and I'm really happy with the end result. And I especially enjoy working with this foam. It's 2mm thick, and laser engraving it worked perfectly. And I would say the axe has a better home now than before. Now that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.